Yep. Good evening, Danvers. Welcome to the Topics of the Town. And I have tonight, Tony Betancourt as a co-host and guest. And we'll be talking about several nice, interesting items instead of the heavy-duty politics. We'll be talking about the Maple Street Cafe. We'll be talking about the Danvers development that's going on in the town of Danvers. And then I'll have Danvers Archival Center. There's the 50th anniversary of Richard Trask and his establishment in there. And I have a flagpole clip that I gathered with our great DPW people, and I promised I wasn't going to use the name, but I think you'll figure it out. Topsfield Fair clips. I went to the Topsfield Fair, and we'll talk about that. And then, as you know, we have our Halloween coming, and we have all kinds of established treats, or trick or treat, right? And then I'll also want to talk a few minutes about the Peabody Senior Center, because I finally went and attended the lunch over there, and I had a very grand tour by our friend Phil Celeste, who has been going there because he likes it better over there than at our senior center.
They have a lot to offer over there.
Yes, they do.
Woodworking and all kinds of stuff.
So we'll move on, and we'll get to welcome to our local broadcast. It is intended to an open exchange of ideas. Well, I want to exchange ideas with the audience and Tony. And the program is providing a forum for our resident commentators and meant for Danvers residents. The agenda and opinions are solely by the topics of the town host and commentators. Now, I have a quote in here that I've been using now for about 4 weeks. The spread of socialism, communism, starts when people are silenced. Free speech is the first freedom citizens lose. Censorship is our enemy. The best way we know to combat this is to continue to report the truth. And the truth is that I'm using this quote because YouTube has canceled us again for a second time, and we don't know why, and they don't know why. Nobody's answering anything. It's just that they want to cancel us. So we're in good company with a lot of national figures and local figures. So the first thing I want to get to is, as I promised 2 shows ago, I want to do a clip in regards to the Maple Street Cafe, which is a replacement for
Chuck's Restaurant.
Chuck's Restaurant, right. And Chuck's was a establishment that everybody went to, and now we need to reintroduce the restaurant, but it's in a different state of arrangement, different kitchen, different owner. And the owner of this restaurant is Andre Bena. And he used to have the pizza place.
Cheers.
Yes. So, Ben, if you could run clip number 1.
Spalton started off in that spot.
Say what?
Spalton. That was just Spalton.
Yes, right, before that.
Here, Maple Street Cafe.
Maple Street Cafe.
Yes.
And Andre, could you give us an idea of why did you decorate it in those colors?
So it's the color scheme of the restaurant: the gold, the black, and the silver with the white. If you go inside, that's the whole scheme of the restaurant. The menus have gold in them. The sign will have gold on it with a little bit of gray and black.
And you have parking in the back.
Parking in the back, yep. There's a 30-car parking lot in the back over there that you can use, and also come through the back door as well, front and back door.
Great. That was just an introduction to give you a front view of the restaurant, and that was decorated for the grand opening. And recently they've moved in and established their clientele. They have their own special clients that come in. And what I wanted to do is give you an idea of what is the restaurant like inside as well, because I think we need to frequent the restaurant. And I love the witch behind me. That is really going to be good for Halloween. All right, so Ben, if you could put the clip number 2 on, please.
Steak tips are good.
Steak tips are good.
I had 'em twice
Corned
and they
beef
were
hash
good.
is
Yeah.
good.
Right here, owner of
We
Maple
need
Street
the
Cafe
sound up.
in 68 Maple Street in Danvers. You know, I've been in Danvers as a restaurant owner for the past 11 years. So Gio's around the corner, and when I heard that Chuck's was available, I jumped right on it. It was an established place for so long, and I wanted to bring it back to life. So, as of 3 weeks ago, we opened our doors, Maple Street Cafe. It was one of those things where, you know, restaurant industry has always been a passion of mine, and I wanted to get into the breakfast side of it due to I have a family now, and being in this restaurant industry for so long, family is most important. And right now I'm here 6 to 2, 6 days a week, and I get to go home to my little guy Rome, to my wife Desiree. We're expecting another baby in February, so this was a no-brainer.
Thank you very much. And what I'd like to ask you
Yep.
is, why did you establish this new kitchen? I mean, this is a brand new kitchen, isn't it?
Yes, it's a brand new kitchen. I wanted the flow to just go from one end to the other, come over here where the waitresses come pick up the food, and go right out to all our customers that have been waiting for this place for so long. And you know, I established this because, you know, as I said earlier, family is everything. So I want families to come in here and kind of enjoy themselves, have some laughs, eat some good food, and then go on with their day smiling.
Thank you. That's been very helpful, because I think residents in the town of Danvers deserve a great kitchen like you have here. And you serve only breakfast and lunch.
Breakfast and lunch, yep. So we're open 6 to 2, Monday through Saturday. And then Sunday we're here 7 to 1. Breakfast only on Sundays.
And you being a new business in town,
Yep.
as a Maple Street
Cafe, yep.
And you're serving a lot of the population that used to come to Chuck's.
Yes, I see them all.
And Chuck's was a very
well-established place, and what it was they used to, everybody, I mean, I used to come here all the time every morning. I used to get that 222 special, and I honored that by putting it back on the menu as Chuck's special, which is 2 pancakes or French toast, 2 eggs any kind, and you get your side of bacon, ham or sausage, and yeah, the Chuck special, and it's flying off the shelf.
All right, why don't we walk through the dining room?
Okay.
I just want to take a look at that.
Perfect.
All right.
How's it going? This is my father-in-law, Todd. You know, a big inspiration of mine.
There you go.
And he comes here every morning to have some breakfast.
Yep. This is my boy who works hard.
He works hard, and it looks like this is a well-established
Yes.
cafe right now.
Yeah, we did this together too. And his daughter Desiree did all the decorating, all the coloring, all the final touches to the place.
Yep. Yep.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
And how's the food here?
Excellent. Absolutely excellent. Because if it wasn't, I'd be on it.
There you go. That's the way to do
No,
it.
he does a great job. You know?
All right.
Yeah.
Let me just go
Yeah,
through.
perfect.
The other one stuck in the throat. That's operating out of that restaurant. And those seats are at the bar?
Bar, booths, tables in the middle. We can accommodate anywhere from 2 to 14, 16 people at a party. So.
All right. See, there's one stipulation to all this, is that we all need to go and visit Andre and his crew. There's a young lady named Susan that's the waitress over there.
Very nice.
Tremendous service. And I think we need to get the last clip for the Maple Street Cafe. And this is an interview with one of the clients that goes there every morning, she says.
Oh,
So
okay.
let's show the next one.
I'm Terry Brown, and this is about my 15th time here, literally, since they opened. Very good food, love the coffee, love the waitresses. They're all so nice, and Andre is the best.
Now, we also have
Hi, my name is Susan. Good morning. I have the pleasure of waiting on a lot of new friends here, great customers. I've met Terry for the 15th time. I've met Bob lots of times. A lot of new friends, a lot of new faces. Can't ask for anything more.
The food is excellent. It's excellent, and so much of it that I usually take the breakfast home and have it another time.
There you go. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So you've got steady clientele already established, and the restaurant was full. It
Yes.
was in the morning,
Yes.
and we didn't want to interfere with the clients, but I thought this would be a good introduction to the neighborhood and to the town of
Very good
Danvers.
introduction.
And they're on their way, and hopefully we can make them better or equal to Chuck's,
Yes.
because
I don't think
Chuck's was a hangout
Yeah,
for
no,
everybody.
Right, no, I think it's so far it's actually doing pretty good, you know. I've
Yeah.
been there a couple times. I mean, the food's good, you know.
Well, we have to go pretty soon. Okay, the next item I have is just a clip. After we left the restaurant, I just took a swing at the current establishments, Danvers Hardware, other open storefronts that have appeared in there, because I
Isn't
think
it
we're
sad?
going through a transition.
Yes, but it's sad. A lot of places are closed. I mean, really. I mean,
So, Ben, if you can just throw the next one up. There's the Cake for All Occasions,
Yes.
and Danvers Hardware is all torn down. We don't even know the actual transition, what is going to become, whether it's going to be torn down or somebody else is going to take that over.
I heard Ace is going in there, but I'm not
That's
sure
what
exactly.
that's what we heard
so I was
too.
told Ace was going in there. I don't know if he's going to go up, you know.
But the aim for this zoning has been to permit 3-story high buildings with 2 stories of apartments above the storefronts that will be operating on the ground level. So that's the restaurant and the surrounding community. But I got a phone call one morning that the flagpole is going up.
Yeah, I did see that.
So I got on into my truck and went with the camera to look at the new flagpole, 80-foot high flagpole that's being assembled. And then I got a film of the flag raising
Oh,
by the DPW, and it was very helpful. So I have the clip on here right now. So let's take a look. And the reason I went to the assembly, because being an engineer, you always want to know how things tick.
exactly.
So
It
they
was
did
windy that day too.
That's right. They did a great job, and they
was
let
windy that day,
me
I noticed
televise all of that. So, Ben, can we see the? There we go.
Yeah, well,
might be up sooner than we thought. It's going together pretty good.
Excellent.
See, the flagpole is coming together well, but I need an explanation of what is it made of?
So this flagpole, we decided we went with aluminum versus fiberglass. So fiberglass has much more flexion in the pole, so that's why you will see the pole sometimes moving anywhere from 12 to 18 feet. This pole in high wind will move maybe a foot, 18 inches.
I've never actually seen an aluminum one that was broken.
So
Ever. So that kind of explains that.
This flagpole is permanent now.
Pretty much, yeah. until they
That
change
was
the
this- that
until
was
they
what
change the
said,
street.
last time we put the fiberglass one up.
Yeah.
So actually this has a higher wind rating than the fiberglass pole as well. We also shrunk it. We discussed everyone in town to shrink it to 80 foot instead of 100. We still fly a 15 foot by 25 foot flag, so it's still seen all over the place. But hopefully this will be a permanent pole for many, 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 many years to come.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
for
no,
the
unless
comment.
you change the street, this will be here for well over.
When are you guys
100
gonna
years.
raise this sucker?
We're hoping an hour and a half.
Well, I'm not hanging a hole where the flagpole will be. Can you just give us a little
Yeah, so
explanation?
actually what you're looking at here, this is the actual base of the old flagpole, and we're actually using that as a sleeve. So this new pole will go in 8 feet into the ground, and then there'll be material compacted all the way around the pole. Once it's leveled, and that will compact over time, and then the pole will never move.
Okay, so the
So-
old pole was 18-inch diameter,
Yep,
looks
that
like?
is the old pole, so it was actually, believe it or not, 22 inches.
22-inch diameter, but it was fiberglass.
Correct.
And it went down to what?
The
about
old
a
pole went
6 inch?
10 foot, and then the top of the pole was about 16 inches.
16 inches. So this will be a much smaller
So
pole.
it's about an 18-inch diameter on the base and approximately 5-6 diameter on the top.
Great. Oh, going down is hard. All right, I'm looking at the flagpole. At the base, it is roughly 14 inches, 12 inches in diameter, and then it goes 80 feet down to a probably 6 or 8 inch.
Yeah, about a
top.
5-6 inch.
6-inch top, and this will be standing up 80 feet up in the air, and it'll handle the flags that we have, and it looks great. It's about time. Now, what we have is the flag raising after the pole has been erected
Okay.
and settled into the sleeve that was in there.
Now, is it the fire department put it up every morning? Is that who does it?
That's right.
Okay, I'm just curious. I
And
thought.
DPW did that with the fire department when you see the next clip,
Okay.
and it was a very interesting perspective. That flag is big
Yeah, it is. I mean, yeah.
compared to
yeah.
the thickness of the pole and
Right,
the
yeah.
height. So hopefully we can take a look at that, Ben. There we go. they made me look good. I'm telling you,
they
DPW
did a good
has
job.
worked very well,
Yes.
and I appreciate their time and their efforts because it does look good, and it took, what, 7 months
Yeah, it took quite a while.
to replace it,
Yeah.
but I think they have something that's permanent.
Beautiful. That's,
So-
you know. it makes all
So
the difference
thank
in the
you,
world.
DPW. This is the building division, so they did a great job.
They're down on Park Street, right? The building division, is that where it is? Okay, that's what I thought.
So let's move on to the next clip segment, which is my favorite place in the Topsfield Fair.
Okay.
And I went there on a very rainy, drizzly day this week, and I wanted just to see part of what
we-
I experienced.
Did you wear your boots?
No, I didn't. See, I had my loafers on, so I got wet.
Okay.
But I wanted to go in there because at one time or another, back in the 80s, Ormond Scott was the leader of the Rabbit and Cavey Club
Okay.
from Middleton, and his home was right down in where the liquor store is and the Dunkin' Donuts is. On 114, 62 and
Route 1.
no, it's not Route 1. It's after that.
Oh, after that. Okay.
But I wanted to see what is going on now with that particular piece of the fair, and I was very impressed. I went in without notification to Mr. O'Brien, who's the manager of the fair, but I was able to go in and take my pictures, and we'll show those right away, but we'll comment on them as we go ahead. So, Ben, can you go for the first one? This is the favorite food stop.
Okay.
Fried dough and, see, I'm not a good cameraman, but
Hey,
it works.
it works. Looks good to me. I mean, you know.
So then we had the map of the outline of the whole establishment, and we had a Topsfield Fair brochure that was handed out to everybody that came in, and it is very farm-like. I mean, it's related to the animals, to the crops. They have horse pulls, tractor pulls.
Yeah.
So, and they even have, what do you call it? Concerts.
Yes, they do. I did hear that. Yeah, they have. They have bands come from all over the place. Sometimes have some famous people come in and play too. I know that for a fact.
Right. So, let's go to the next one, because that's where my interest has always been, is
Oh
in
wow.
the flowers. My wife calls me the flower child. So,
Yeah. Where's
so
that?
beautiful wood setup.
Wow.
Okay, I'm gonna record it. And there's a family that's visiting.
Rainy day in Topsfield.
Very
Wow.
nice.
Is that inside the flowers?
That's inside, yeah.
Okay. Like that. I know for a fact when the kids were young, we bought a rabbit there. We had even my daughter bought a rabbit, so she still has them. You know. They bought it.
Well, I used to have, my girls had 4 English lops, and their ears stretched
Okay.
27 inches
I know what you're
across.
saying. I've seen them. Okay. We just had the regular rabbits.
See, there's the flower displays.
Now, is that for show or something? Those flowers?
They were judged on it.
That's what I was saying. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So someone put them all together. They went
Yes,
in. Have
the
judged.
gardeners came in and showed
Wow.
their. There's the 20.
Oh, I did hear about that.
2334.
Yeah. I guess that was the
But
one.
I guess the winner was 2480.
Really? Wow.
That's that's a ton and a
Wow.
half.
Oh, smokes.
Yeah, those. I couldn't even grow a carrot this year because of the
Oh,
drought.
here we go.
Here's our goat
Billy Goat.
and a pony.
Wow.
The kids had a ball in there.
I believe it. Yeah, I
even though it was raining, but they loved it inside.
Look at the 4-inch.
Yep. That's what I went in for, is the 4-inch. There's the railroad
Oh, look at
train set up.
Main Street. Look at that.
Yeah. That's a real display, I'm telling you.
Yes.
And, you know, people go there to view these displays, but there's so much work behind the scenes.
Oh, there's no question about it. I know they started real early doing
Yeah.
that stuff. I mean,
Well, I used to discuss this with
Bill Clark.
Billy Clark, and I didn't meet him there this time, but he and I always talked about the rabbits' cavies and you know, the fruits and vegetables that they produced. So it was a very nice experience. So let's go to the next clip. Now here's my interest
Oh, here
is
we
the
go. Okay,
rabbits.
see? Yeah. Okay. Like I said, my daughter.
What kind of a
They
rabbit
still
is
have one.
that?
They got them a couple of years ago. They still have them. And when my kids were young, we bought one there also. We had them for,
Yeah.
well, Hopsy, we used to call them Hopsy. We had them for a long time.
Yeah.
Quite a few years. I didn't want to bring the rabbit home, but I was overwhelmed by the 3 girls and my wife.
That's the same thing happened to me. And there's another one, I think, after that, Ben. Nope. Oh, here you go.
Exceptions
Here's
to
the new
animals.
breed.
Here in the States, Matilda is a health
Oh, the fur. Is that what it
Turn
is?
the sound
to
up.
help
This is for
adult
meat.
children
34 pounds for
relax,
that gray
enjoy
rabbit
life
on the
a little
bottom.
better.
Okay.
So she's a social rabbit.
Yes. Now, Matilda's 3 years old. Lily, the white one, is 2 years old and is a daughter of Matilda. Over here we have 3 from the summer litter of Matilda. Marianne, Skipper, and Gilligan.
Marianne, Skipper, and Gilligan.
Skipper
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
and Gilligan over here. They're all the same color.
No,
No?
it's a black.
See, I mistook the
Gilligan,
colors.
a Goody is Skipper, and Marianne is blue.
Wow, look at that one, huh?
Blossomed out yet, but that's what they will be when they get to be adults. Now, the service training that they get, cerebral palsy, kids holding them.
Comfort animal.
Yeah, very comfortable. They spend time with elderly to baby. It doesn't matter. They help them get through a bad day. Make them enjoy life again.
Well, they serve their purpose.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gardner. I appreciate
The gardener, he
And I
goes
just wanna
back
say that,
to Almond Scott's
This
days when I
rabbit
was
building
involved
has
with
been a
Florence.
fixture in my life for the last 30 years.
Yep.
And it's still going on strong. So this is the new breed, and
Came from
it
Great
is
Britain.
from Great Britain. And we have a 34-pound
And
Matilda,
a 27-pound Lily.
and Lily is the white one, so it's 27 pounds. That's a lot of rabbit. I remember having English lops with 27-inch ears
Yes.
across. And I used to have a condo complex under my cherry tree in my house, and there were 3 or 4 of them in there.
Yes.
So that cherry tree is gone, but the rabbits are gone as well. So thank you very much.
So that was my interesting experience with the large rabbits. I
Yeah, I
mean,
like that.
34 pounds.
Yeah,
that's,
that's
a
a
lot of rabbit.
Yeah, that's bigger than the dog I had.
Yeah. And Ben, I don't know if we have any more. I think we have one more clip. There you, the cows.
Oh, okay.
So I just took little clips of every little interesting animal-related.
Now the cows, they bring them in to see, to judge on them and stuff.
They do them for display,
Okay.
and they also have judging.
Okay.
But these are, some of them are milk cows, so they
Okay.
have to.
They come from around here, or?
Yeah, local. Yeah. They're not in Danvers. That's
Right.
for
Well,
sure.
Middleton has quite a few.
Richardson,
Yeah, Richardson
has
quite a few.
a lot of cows over
Okay,
there.
yeah.
You can smell them
Oh, yeah.
at the market basket. But these are some of the cows that were on display.
Okay.
Calves and look at that little eye.
Yes. God's little creatures, beautiful little things.
And these are bigger ones. People try to reach out to them, like if they were a dog or a cat.
I know you got to be careful.
They don't work that way.
No, not necessarily.
All right, we have to go into the sheep barn
Oh, okay.
after this.
So you did the sheep too. All right.
Yeah,
Ooh,
there
here
you
we
go.
go.
They have all kinds of creatures in there.
Yeah.
These are in good shape.
Yeah.
They're very nice.
These from around here also, or you really don't know?
They're local.
Okay,
They're
just
local.
curious,
Sheep, and then they had goats as well.
Okay. Okay.
So everybody had an experience with the animals, and this was very nice. The kids love it.
Yeah, no, that's, well, it's, you know, you don't get to see that too much. I mean,
Yeah.
unless you have to, you know.
See, on some of the shows that are going to be happening, is Chubby Checkers is going to be
Okay, they're having trouble checker. Okay.
on. That was yesterday,
Okay.
October 5th. And Trace Atkins is going to be there on October
wow.
7th,
Okay.
which is tomorrow.
Oh.
And then we have double figure 8-inch race and demolition derby, figure 8 race and demolition derby going on in the
What,
arena.
what do you think? What do you mean? Is it cars or something? Or?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, it's a very that
Wow.
fair is tremendous for for the experiences that they
Okay,
have.
it's Monday, October 10th, I think, on that one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Have to go see that. That's,
And then they have horse pulls and
Okay,
tractor
yeah.
pulls, and I mean those are
yeah,
big
those are unbelievable.
animals.
Those are big things. Yes.
So, I don't think we have another one, Ben, do we? Okay, yes, the last
honey.
one,
All right.
the honey
Oh, whoa.
beekeepers.
All right.
And that was on my way out, and I stopped in, and boy, what a difference in the colors and the consistency of this honey. And these people are beekeepers. They have them, located out in the, in the
My
sticks.
wife's uncle does. He puts on the whole thing and everything else. Yeah,
he?
he gets honey. Yeah, he
Yeah.
makes his own honey and
It's
everything.
a lot of work.
And you
Yes.
are doing what?
I'm Farmer Earl with Moo Mania, the comedy show, which is not performing today, but I am walking around with Gertrude the Goose. Aflac. Aflac. I think she's the Aflac duck.
He has a lot of fun.
Yeah.
These are our beekeepers.
Okay.
I'll get her
You
too.
guys are looking good. All right.
What are we doing here today?
What are we doing?
Yeah.
What are we doing? Selling all the honey products.
So these are all
Selling all their honey.
Local honey. All these guys doing their local
I've had
honey.
some, like I said, my wife's uncle,
Yeah.
Uncle Sam.
Keeping people dry from the rain.
Does that. He's given us
know.
honey before. It's
I am too.
unbelievable. It's really good.
Excellent job. Thank you, Ben. Appreciate that. That was the summary of what happened at Topsfield Fair when I
That's,
went out there.
Telling you. Now we're
And-
gonna go. Now you made me want to go.
Now you want to go is right.
Telling you.
The one thing that I skipped on here, and I don't know if this is something that I want to get across, is on October 15th, 2022, there's going to be a 50th anniversary celebration of the Danvers Archival Center.
Did hear that.
This is an invitation that I received from Richard Trask, and it'll be on Saturday, October 15th, 2022, from 1 p.m. until 4 p.m. in the Gordon Room at the Peabody Institute Library of Danvers, which is the downstairs in the children's area. Presentation and speakers to honor the archives at 1:30 p.m., followed by the dedication of the Richard B. Trask Library. Viewing of the archives to follow the dedication. Light refreshments will be served. 15 Sylvan Street, Danvers, Mass. And everybody's welcome, and I received this invitation directly to me, and I appreciate that, and I am going.
Okay.
So
It's been on Facebook too. People have put it, so it's been. I heard it, during the selectmen meeting was announced. I've seen it on Facebook, and now you're bringing it up. So it's,
Well, I've used the archival center with Richard Trask.
He's
down
really.
there.
My father-in-law really liked him, and he did some stuff for him and stuff like that. It was really. Father-in-law was really impressed with him.
Very dedicated individual. So now I have included in our display here today several items. You can push the button on the cat. Guess what?
Can I take him home?
You can take him home. He's been around for about 3 years now.
Oh, good.
And our cat doesn't like him.
I was going to take him to Salem tonight, I'm telling you.
Yeah,
the
you
parade's
can.
tonight. It's not 6:30.
I also have my infamous turkeys, and this turkey is representative of the Board of Selectmen and the school committee, because there's going to be a segment about the school committee coming up. So, the last thing I want to get off my chest is that last week I went to the Peabody Senior Center. I was invited by Phil Celeste and some of the individuals that attend that all the time. And I was there with Jim Morose and his wife, and my wife went with us. So we had a table full right in the middle. The place was full for lunch. And the lunch, I think, for non-members is $4. And for members is $3. So I have to become a member because I want to save 25%. But what I did on the tour was tremendous of what kind of facility that is.
Yeah.
It has a knitting room, sewing room, all kinds of woodworking room.
One
Even
of my friends goes over there and does woodworking. He's from Salem, and he goes over there.
Well,
He goes with his father-in-law, and he does all the woodworking. And
I
stuff like that.
suggested to
He
them.
invited me to go, but I never really made it yet.
Well, then maybe what I'm going to have to do is invite you, because it is a tremendous place, and there's a variety of different things that you can do. And the place is filled up.
No, it is, yeah. No, I know.
So they told us to be there by 10:15 for 11:30 lunch, because you have to get tickets in advance, and they cut them off at 11 o'clock.
I had a shop in Peabody, so I used to drop a lot of seniors off over there and bring them, pick them up and stuff like that. It really is a nice place, you know what I mean?
Very nice.
They do a good job with that.
But I really appreciate it, and Phil, thank you for inviting us, and it's been an experience, and I'm going to go to our senior center and see what we can rustle up, for our activities. So, all right. So we got off all of our blurbs, clips, and everything that we're showing to our audience. But I want to go into the last segment is more on the elections, but focusing on the search for the superintendent.
Right.
Because that is an election
Yes.
of an individual to run our schools
Right.
and our organizations. Doherty, who's our Robin Doherty, said the school committee will be looking to advertise ways the community can be involved with the search, and Campbell, Alice Campbell, said it will seek members of the community to be involved with the screening committee, which will review credentials and determine the list of finalists to be presented to the full school committee to consider. And we need to watch the resident, parents, and student participation. There was a brief article that was on the Patch.
Okay.
And I appreciate the Patch. They do a great job. And I may have to become a participant in that. But they had a sequence of meetings with students, with school committee, with parents, with community. And you know what? None of them are televised.
Really?
None of them are recorded for posterity of what the parents or students wanted from the new superintendent. So I am going to go to talk to Alice and Robin, and maybe they have a recording, because that is an important piece of the input that's needed to support the establishment of who's who in the roost of the school department.
I agree with that. I mean, and the school department needs a good boost there. Hopefully that we can, turn around and, I don't know.
School now, the school department is total disarray.
Well,
The superintendent resigned, or I don't know whether she was resigned or she was kicked out, but she's no longer there, the superintendent. We have the assistant superintendent for finance. He's gone.
Yes, and he was a good fixture there.
He was available to answer any question that needed to be done with the public.
It was very pleasant.
The assistant superintendent for curriculum, I think that's what Mary is designated as. Now she's the acting superintendent. She's in place, but there's no other direction that's being given to the school department. And now we have a resignation of the school committee members, and they are involved in a lot of the issues that have been happening. Now the school committee has the superintendent search. Now they have to go and search for a replacement for the school committee members' absence from now on. I think the reason he left, I don't quote me, but either he got fed up or he moved out of town.
I heard it. Well, I wrote an article. There was an article. I think maybe I saw it on Patch. Maybe that's where I saw it, and it said that he moved out of town. That's what it was.
Well, the thing is that the inopportune time to do this, because they're in the process of searching for a superintendent, and now they're going to have to divert their attention to searching for a replacement school committee member. Now,
who does the search for the superintendent? Is it the board itself, or is it the town manager get involved?
No. The Robin Doherty and Alice Campbell have
Okay.
been appointed as
okay.
a subcommittee to search for the superintendent, and they have hired a consultant that's going to develop the list of potential superintendent candidates. Now, I've been reading a lot of quotes from individuals that they've been thinking about getting appointed to the search committee. However, they wanted to make sure that it wasn't going to be a rigged deal for an individual that's already in the school department.
Oh, okay. But I
So-
thought that they're not going outside?
They are going outside.
Okay.
But you know that we always have a national or international search for candidates for positions, and they end up to be the people that are in place already. And to some extent, that's proper, but to an extent that this school is going through a lot of gyrations in regards to the harsh truths as students voice bullying concerns, and the hockey team issues, and the other issues that have been popping up. This is unusual.
And we also need someone, because they're losing a lot of people to the Essex Aggie, more or less, North Shore
Well,
Tech.
they're losing more students,
Right.
and now I understand that they're also maybe losing some teachers.
Okay. But the reason why I'm saying this is whoever steps in is going to have to a lot of shoes to fill. I
Yeah.
mean, they have to try to keep the people here. You know what I mean? And as far as I'm concerned, you know, they have to come up with something to attract the people instead of making them leave. I don't know. I guess they used to do woodworking. They used to do all kinds of stuff at the high school. I know it's a bit harder
No,
now.
that's been eliminated.
Right. Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
But that was intentional. See, when the merger of the North Shore Vocational School and the Aggie, Essex Aggie, happened, that was to alleviate the need for those kinds of programs in Danvers. Peabody sent 230 students right away.
I know.
And Beverly's doing the same thing. So it was intentional.
One of my best friends, when he was at Peabody Voc. He was the body shop teacher. He went there, but he wasn't too happy there. He retired and he's running his own business now. But I mean, that was the thing. What it turned out to be. Like when he was in Peabody, it was more personal and stuff like that. It got a little bit more different over there. He just wasn't happy with it, you know.
Well, in the last few days, I have been getting an awful lot of emails from concerned parents and residents that are involved in this school issues and in the town issues. I have prepared this for a brief introduction. We don't have much time, but introduction to this whole mess is awakening of Danvers parents, taxpayers, and residents about what really matters. And this is my original statement a year ago, that we are woke, but we are woke for the right reasons. Now we need to get involved. What is right? What is wrong? The spread of socialism, again,
Right.
and
So that's the problem.
communism starts when people are silenced. Free speech is the first freedom citizens lose. Censorship is our enemy. So, the one thing that I noticed, and this is again with an article that was by Patch, is that Danvers schools face harsh truths as students voice bullying concerns. This is not a new issue.
No.
This issue has been going on for the last 30 years.
It happened when you went to school and I went to school.
Well,
I mean, I don't
I
know.
went with the nuns and they
Oh,
beat my knuckles.
Oh yeah, exactly. Well, I remember back when I was in grammar school, you used to get the right hand if you were in trouble. I mean, I never
That's
got it, but I
right.
know people that got it.
But I know that through our education of our children, that is an issue. The problem is that the school department did not want to admit it until these two young ladies
They were trying to cover it
came
up.
forward.
Basically, that's
Well, my original statement is everything in Danvers that's not liked by the community is swept under the rug.
Well, that's what they're trying to do.
And
they hope you go away.
And that's part of the problem.
That is a problem. Eventually, it comes back worse. That's the problem. You try to sweep it too much, and it gets.
See, what they're focusing on is the process of improving school culture, where the gaps have been as publicly exposed and examined as Danvers High School, have been, over the past 2 years, is a daunting, long, and inevitably super painful. Yes, it is painful because what the school department and the school committee needs to admit to themselves that there's a problem. We need to administer our education process to educate our children and not babysit them. That's
the
exactly
thing.
what it comes down to.
That was the theory my friend used to use. He used a babysit. It was a high-priced babysitter for the
That's
for the
exactly
kids at
right.
school.
And
Basically.
we have a $40 to $60 million a year budget for the schools, and all they're doing is these two young ladies, they spoke publicly of their own past experiences and those they said they had witnessed within the first weeks of the current school year, with the intent of making sure the topics of bullying, bias, and hazing remain in the forefront of discussion and do not become glossed over as some solved problems of the past. So I think the school department and the school committee needs to wake up, because what has happened to our school system? We have become very lax in our education system. There's a MCAS report that should be coming out. They don't want to talk about it.
I know, because they're using it because of COVID and stuff. That's why they're
No, this is not. This is post-COVID already.
Oh, this one's post-COVID already.
And
Okay. I thought they were trying to use that. You know what I mean?
What they've done is our students have been cheated out of 2 years of education. Remote learning has failed, and they don't want to admit that yet either. So there's a lag in the education of our students. So I have a whole list of items on here, but what I wanted to do is get across that there is a process for appointment to the school committee, and I have this application. I mean, this is an elected office. This is an office that people have in the past run to get elected, and Ms. Campbell and Ms. Doherty both know the drill because they went through it.
Right.
So what are we doing? Selecting someone from the from the street?
Is that temporary though?
It's for the term of the
man that left.
of the school.
How long is this term? Do you know?
Ends May of 23.
Okay.
So it's for the remainder
For
of
the remainder
year.
of the thing, and then they go to an election.
Then they'll run an election. But the elections in this town have been
No,
very
it's sad. It's sad.
yeah.
I think people are losing. I hate to say it. I mean, really, this town is not the same. I'm telling you right now, it's not the same. It's sad. You know, it really is sad. A lot of people, they just don't even have faith. I mean, and stuff, and a lot of stuff, and it's crazy. You know, it really is. I can't even explain it. But this world is not the world that I grew up in. Okay, I hate to see it, and the way things go today is just—it's terrible.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Well,
sad.
I know from the past that filling of these positions is a political appointment. I mean, there's no question about it. But the school committee said the process for replacing Mr. K will begin immediately, with the position set to be filled within 3 weeks.
Why do they have to fill in 3 weeks? Is there a reason for it?
Well, they want to get somebody on there as soon as possible because they're going to be doing a superintendent search.
Because this person's going to be up to speed, though? That's the
No,
problem.
they're not.
That's what I'm saying. So, why
But
keep-
that's the reason why I have made a suggestion, and nobody's listening, is that you have candidates for the last 3 years that have not been elected to the school committee, and they should be approached whether they want to go on the school
That
committee.
makes sense. Okay, they ran.
Because they made a commitment,
Yeah, that makes sense.
and we have 3 very good candidates,
That makes sense.
and they need to be approached because that's where the new school committee person should be coming from. So, I have another 4 minutes left, so time has been running out,
Yes,
Tony.
you've done a good job. Nice job.
Well, I want to make sure that we know that Halloween is coming. End of the month, we have our cat going crazy, our turkeys,
You got the witch over there in the background.
and we have the witch behind us.
So really, you know.
So let's reconvene on October 20th. Oh, yeah, 20th. And we're going to make that show early in the afternoon because there's a meeting that's being held later that evening.
Oh, really?
So I'll be attending that.
I see.
But what I also wanted to do is that we have candidates that are coming forward, but it seems like none of the Democrat candidates are willing to come and discuss their candidacy or their campaign, because I've approached all of the Democrat and Republican, and I have a Republican congressman seat that's being filled, scheduled for next show. In the meantime, I also have a response. I'm going to try and get a response from the Beverly Airport, because there's a meeting scheduled for the 10th, 11th.
For the Board of Selectmen?
No, this is the one at the Airport Commission.
Yeah, it'd be Monday, but the Monday's a holiday, so it will be Tuesday this week.
Okay, so we look forward to that one.
It'll be Tuesday. It should be Tuesday at 6 o'clock.
I'm going to try and televise that
But
one as well.
we won't know that until they send us an email, because they don't advertise it.
They don't want us to know. Well, that's right. There's another thing
They don't
that
advertise
our
it, you don't know.
commissioners. Only one time I was notified on the Danvers event calendar. One time, and that was after complaining to them about there's some issues.
They don't want us to know anything, and the commissioners forget about it, man.
So what we're looking forward to is getting the commissioners to come to the selectmen's meeting, which is on Tuesday of that week.
The 18th, if I'm not
So it'll be
mistaken.
the same night
Oh, it's what?
as the selectmen.
No. What do you mean? Selectmen's in 2 weeks, 18th, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
The airport meeting, the airport one is this Tuesday already, coming up.
This coming Tuesday.
Yes.
Okay. So
And the
let's.
week after that will be the selectmen.
All right. So thank you, Tony, for being part of this program.
Oh,
I
no problem.
appreciate you.
I
And,
appreciate you for all the help.
The cat appreciates
yeah,
us as well.
I gotta take them home.
You can take him home. I'm going to put my turkey back. This represents our Board of Selectmen and our school committee, because there's a vacancy on the school committee.
Yes.
So we'll get together and we'll be on the air again 2 weeks from now. So thank you very much, Danvers. Hope you can join us again 2 weeks from today. And I appreciate your time. And now we have to go to Salem to go and visit the witches.
Yes, exactly. Check out the parade.
That's right. Tonight is the parade.
Parade at 6:30.
So
I drive through there earlier. I was already starting to get a lot of people around here already.
Oh yeah, they're going to have a lot of
Yeah.
people down there. So good night, Danvers. Thank you very much for being with us, and hope to see you in 2 weeks.
Thank you.